Neil deGrasse Tyson says America is in rapid decline. Now, this video is 10 years old that you're about to view, but in this video, he talks about how America doesn't appreciate science, physics, or biology, or math. And in this video, one of the reasons that America is in decline is because they reject evolution. Because many in America reject evolution, as he describes it, it makes America a place that is anti-science and is in rapid decline. Let's give this ridiculous clip a listen.
Profound science illiteracy in this country. Answering the question, did human beings, as we know them, develop from an earlier species of animals? This is simply evolution by natural selection. So if you're this is countries ranked, sort of Western countries and countries that are otherwise developed by the modern use of that word. So if you're this sort of the green bar, it means yes to that question, which means that you're convinced by evolution. If you're this sort of amber bar on the right, it means no. And if you're the white in between, it means you're unsure. So America's got to be up there somewhere. No, Iceland, Denmark, Sweden, France, Japan, Britain, Norway, Belgium, Spain, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Hungary, Luxembourg, Iceland, Slovenia, Finland, Czech Republic, Estonia, Portugal, Malta, Switzerland, Slavic Republic, Poland, Austria, Croatia, Romania, Greece, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Latvia, Cyprus, United States of America, edging out Turkey by a nose. There it is. What country is this? Maybe we should just move back to the caves. Let's analyze.
Now, you don't have to be a serious history buff to know that many of the scientists that made major breakthroughs were actually Christians. In fact, I'm going back to the debate with Bill Nye and Ken Ham. Ken Ham brings out famous and important scientists who believed in biblical creation and still made massive advancements for science, even medical. For instance, the guy who made the MRI is a biblical creationist. Let's give those clips a listen.
Hi, my name is Dr. Raymond Damadian. I am a young earth creation scientist and believe that God created the world in 6 24-hour days, just as recorded in the book of Genesis. By God's grace and the devoted prayers of my godly mother-in-law, I invented the MRI scanner in 1969. The idea that scientists who believe the earth is 6,000 years old cannot do real science is simply wrong.
Well, he's most adamant about that. And actually, he revolutionized medicine, and he's a biblical creationist. And I encourage children to follow people like that and make them their heroes. Let me introduce you to another biblical creation scientist.
My name is Danny Faulkner. I received my PhD in astronomy from Indiana University. For 26 and a half years, I was professor at the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, where I hold the rank of Distinguished Professor Emeritus. Upon my retirement from the university in January of 2013, I joined the research staff at Answers in Genesis. I'm a stellar astronomer. That means my primary interest is stars, but I'm particularly interested in the study of eclipsing binary stars. And I've published many articles in the astronomy literature, places such as the Astrophysical Journal, the Astronomical Journal, and the Observatory. There is nothing in observational astronomy that contradicts a recent creation.
I also mentioned Dr. Stuart Burgess, Professor of Engineering Design at Bristol University in England. Now, he designed a double-action worm gear set for the 3 hinges of the robotic arm on a very expensive satellite. And if that had not worked, if that gear set had not worked, that whole satellite would have been useless. Yet Dr. Burgess is a biblical creationist who believes just as I believe. Now, think about this for a moment. Are scientists like Dr. Burgess, who believe in creation just as I do, a small minority in the scientific world? But let's see what he says about scientists believing in creation.
I find that many of my colleagues in academia are sympathetic to the creationist viewpoint, including biologists. However, they are often afraid to speak out because of the criticisms they would get from the media and atheist lobby.
I agree.
I would actually argue that the reason our society is in rapid decline is because we have gotten away from God our Creator, the God who made us, and His Son whom He has given us. Why I say that is because the truth that we are made by God, we're made in God's image, that makes us beautiful. We're beautifully made as well. That makes us precious in God's eyes. And that should teach us the sanctity of all human life. But more than that, because we are made by an all-powerful, loving Creator, we ought to live lives of gratefulness, of thankfulness, of love for one another, because we ought to be grateful for what God has given us, life. The reality is that God has made us. And because He has made us, we have value. And life has value. And the fact that God has made us gives us a purpose. And that purpose is to live for Him, serve Him, glorify Him. But of course, we as humans have rebelled against God. We've gone our own way. And God in His love sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to pay the punishment, pay the price for our sin so that we could be restored, reconciled to God. What is dangerous, not just for America, but the whole world, is an ideology, is a belief that there is no God, no truth, and no accountability to a God who made us, so that humans can do what they want. Trust Jesus Christ and His work. Embrace His word. Thanks for watching, and God bless.